I'd been to Asia several times, and so I've heard so many great things about Vietnam, and so that was one of my countries that I wanted to go visit. I had a friend who asked me if I wanted to meet a guy named Quang Dang, and I did. We had coffee, and a friendship blossomed from that. I shared with them some of the things that I was doing at Regions Bank from a global trade finance perspective, which further blossomed into some conversations about how do we facilitate international trade between the St. Louis region and companies here with Vietnam.
One of the missions of the AACC is to connect local businesses with companies in Asia. My background, born and raised in Ho Chi Minh City, I also currently am doing business in Vietnam. I do have a lot of local connections there and using Vietnam as a jumping point to different countries to help companies here to penetrate Asia.
This could be a really good trip for companies who haven't explored Vietnam yet to learn more about the country from a cultural perspective, but also from a business and economic perspective.
I oversee our Center for Experiential Learning at Washington University, which is essentially a consulting practice run from within the school where we customize interdisciplinary teams of some of our best and our brightest. The future of relationships between Washington University and Vietnam are strong. It's an area of the world where we would like to spend a great deal more time to give our students outstanding experiences there and to do what we can as an anchor institution here in St. Louis to contribute to the economic growth of that region.
We are planning a trip. Our Global Service Learning program will be in Vietnam this summer. I plan to join them at the end of July to do some further exploration and look into other potential opportunities and further develop partnerships that we began our work together in November.
I have done a lot of work in China and in India. We haven't, really looked at Vietnam, but coming from Sri Lanka as another, booming economy, and then going at Vietnam, we saw huge potential compared to in India or China. The markets are booming, the companies are booming, and so all young companies, a lot of young people. So that's where we thought we can come in and work together with the local companies, local universities, and build our presence, with St. Louis being the head office.
One of the big connections that we have there is an organization called CEO Club of Vietnam. CEO Club is an organization that consists of 120 top companies in Vietnam, including foreign investments. I think we are one of the first American cities to introduce business in America to them. So a lot of people are really excited to learn about the economy, the people, the culture, lifestyle, and how to do business there.
One thing that I had found was that the entrepreneurial spirit in Vietnam is very alive and well, and it's almost tangible, you can feel it. Our business need for Dim Blue was to manufacture activewear, and we needed small quantities because we are a local retail store. Through research with the AACC, we were able to find a small batch manufacturer that was willing to scale with us. Everyone's willing to help you and to give you contacts that could get something done for you.
It's a growing market, first off. I mean, the metrics are all there. You can see why everyone's so interested in Vietnam. The entrepreneurial culture that they have, it's good for companies like us that have to hustle to try to win, because that's what the Vietnamese are doing right now. Having the opportunity to attend the CEO Club dinner and getting those presentations at such a high level to learn about the country, and then walking outside and getting to see it in action, I think it's hard not to be optimistic about Vietnam. We've seen good success in other parts of Southeast Asia, and I think translating that into Vietnam is a good next step for us.
To be able to get on the ground floor, I mean, the clock's ticking on that. And so I'm glad that we've got our foot in the door now, and we're gonna keep opening that door. Being exposed to that cutting edge was a critical part for me as a professional and for Objects as a company.
One of the events that occurred while we were there was signing a memorandum of understanding as the president of the Asian Chamber with the president of the CEO Club, Ben Phuong Dang. It was a symbolic but tangible event for us to build more business ties between the two regions. And since the signing of that memorandum of understanding, we have seen more business introductions between companies here in St. Louis and in Ho Chi Minh City as well.
I would encourage anyone else to make the same move because it's starting to pay dividends for us already.
So much to learn on a fast-moving, booming market.
I would choose Vietnam to go there because of the resources available, the willingness to help.
Get on the phone, call Quang Dang, and everything gets taken care of, and you just have to make sure you're ready to play when you get there.